for the U.S. at the 1987 Canada Cup. It wound up becoming a showdown between the Soviet Union and Canada, but it's a sporting moment that everyone remembers, especially the politics surrounding it. Did you ever imagine that you'd wind up coaching in the Russian league?
Yeah, no, not at all. But at that time, it was pretty intense. The games against Russia, and gosh, I mean, they were battles, true battles, and it was awesome to be a part of, awesome to watch. But from that point, looking ahead, after years and years of being a coach, no, I never thought I'd ever be over here. But now that I am, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I love the players, the staff is fantastic, and the city's awesome. I haven't been here very long, but I'm looking forward to seeing this country. It's a great country, and the culture they have here.
I know we are early on, but what are some of the differences you've started to sense between KHL and NHL play?
Well, I mean, obviously, the NHL has been going for 100 years, and it's taken a long time, 20 years to have the league reach the level it is now, where every team is good, loaded with talent, competitive. Every game is a battle. It's amazing how the NHL has grown. Now I'm just experiencing this for the first time, the KHL, but you know what? The first two games I've been involved with here have been very competitive. Teams are very talented and loaded with NHL players, players that have had experience in the NHL. So it's a pleasant surprise of how our team can compete, and it's a surprise of the level of play by the other teams in the KHL.
As a coach or as a player, is there any one night of your career that really sticks out to you as the most memorable?
No, there's probably quite a few where, going to the Stanley Cup Finals, obviously every player's dream, and awesome. Scoring your first hat trick. Not that I got a lot of them, but little things like that, game-winning goals. But for me, it was mostly enjoying time with teammates and, battling hard in games. When I was playing a long time ago, the games were a little rougher, a little more intense. But now the hockey is awesome to watch. Skilled, fast, talented players. And I love being a part of it.
I can imagine it's pretty hard to transition all the knowledge you develop as a player into coaching. What are some of the challenges you faced that maybe you didn't expect?
When I was a player for 12 years, and the style, how I played, 12 years was it for me. Like, I couldn't play anymore. So I went to see 5 doctors. The Vancouver Canucks wanted me to come back and play another season to help their young kids as a veteran player. And help them develop and grow, and I couldn't do it. I was told that you got to quit. So I didn't know what I was going to do. And then Brian Burke and Pat Quinn were running the Vancouver Canucks at that time, and they called me up and said, why don't you try coaching? Go down to Milwaukee, and where our farm team is, and join Mike Murphy. He's with the NHL now. And try it out, see what you think. So I went down to Milwaukee, and probably the third day on the ice in practice, I was hooked. That was it. This is for me. So the change happened fast for me. I went from player to coach without really any time in between. And ever since then, I've just kept, the bad part about, the good part about coaching is you're close to the game, you still get the ups and downs, you feel the emotions, you're in the fight, it's awesome. The bad part is, if you want to improve your position or you have to change, you get let go, you have to move cities or change. So I've experienced a lot of moving, met a lot of different people, seen a lot of different cities, a lot of different teams, and unfortunately for me, I got a chance to coach in the minor league levels, the NHL, the IIHF with Belarus, and now with the KHL. So I've had some great experiences and met a lot of great people along the way.
You've mentioned your time in Atlanta. If there's one player who comes to mind, it's of course Ilya Kovalchuk. You were his first NHL coach, so can you tell us a little bit about the experience of working with him?
Oh gosh, You know, when I first got to Atlanta, you know, in those days, you didn't have a very good, your talent level was very low, to be nice. And so you had to rely on hard work. And then as time went by, we started adding some serious talented players. Danny Heatley, Ilya Kovalchuk, you know, all these players started coming along. But when we got Ilya, he was 18 years old. He was 6'2", 6'3", 230 pounds, and he's 18 years old. You know, this kid walks in and couldn't speak a word of English, and anyway, he hits the ice, and oh my gosh, the talent this kid had. Fastest skater in the NHL at 230 pounds, and you just knew that this kid was something special, and he was going to grow into the player that he has, and it was fun working with him, and he had come a long ways, you know, with the English and everything, and it was great. You know, I really enjoyed my time with Ilya and Danny and all the players in Atlanta.
When you had your first conversation with Kunlun to join, what did you know about the development of Chinese hockey, if anything?
Just that the NHL has been focused on getting their footprint over here, you know, like, or establishing it, and hockey's a fantastic game. You know, it's a global game, and you know, I guess they haven't spent a lot of time over here with the Chinese. Anyway, now I find out that they're building rinks. There's a lot of you know, American, Canadian coaches over here helping the development. You know, it's going to be big. And other than that, though, I didn't know anything about this team or what their direction was. You know, what they're trying to do. The Olympics coming up. I mean, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do here, and in a short period of time. So it's been very interesting introduction to come over here, and so far it's been awesome. You know, I think they've got a chance to develop here and develop the Chinese heritage kids, and really hopefully be able to compete in the Olympics to put on a good show.